Hey everyone, welcome back to Marketing 100. I'm Kale, your salon and spa business bestie, and I'm joined today, as always, by my good friend and the founder of the Salon Business, John Halberg. We are here to bring you 100 snackable tactical marketing tips to help you level up your salon business. And today is, well, a little bit different because today is actually part 2 of an episode that we started just a few days ago. We're going to go more in depth on the details that we were talking about there about making your marketing more personal. I'm going to kick it back over to John so that he can lay the knowledge on you today. John, what are we talking about?
Let's, pick up from where we left off. It's about striking that balance of getting specific enough with those people who are actually different from each other, but still maintaining those segments broad enough so that it's easy for you to still action that and actually set up communication that goes out to the respective segments in an effective way. And this is leading me into tip number 3, using automation for sending out your communication. So if you have automations, could be anything that is triggered based on, when the client has a birthday is a traditional one that you would see, right? That could be very personal, going out only on that day to that person. Or you could set up automation. So when someone checks out from a specific service, then you want a few days later to send them some post-care instructions or something specifically related to that service that you kind of set up once, which is very targeted, right? It's really going out exactly at the right time after someone had a specific service with post-care instructions that can make the benefit that they're getting from your service even better. Then you can start to get really granular because we're building automations here, right? So it's something that you kind of spending a little bit of time on setting up some of those specific things that you want to happen. And then it just runs for you in the background 24/7, 365 days a year, right? So it's worth getting really specific when you have those that is just running continuously. Whereas I would say if we take those more newsletters or broader campaigns, I would keep the segments fairly broad just to make it manageable on you. But for automations, let's get freaking specific.
You might hear the word automation and think that sounds like AI or that sounds like some kind of technical term. All we mean by automation is simply having a tool that allows you to set it and forget it, right? Do this thing when this thing happens, go, right? And then it just does that thing automatically. And what you're talking about here, John, is a great place to start, where you say, okay, we know for a fact that everybody who comes in for a color treatment is going to need to come back in 4 to 6 weeks to get a touch-up, right? So we're going to set up an automation that everyone who does that is going to get this exact message because this is going to appeal to them and it's going to be relevant to them, right? It's easy to know that that's something that person will need to hear because it's going to be relevant to them no matter what because they got one service. So this cause and effect place that you start with this kind of messaging it's a great place to start. And then from there, you can obviously get more, granular and get more detailed and more specific on your messaging and that kind of thing. But I think this is the best place to start, is where that the messaging is going to be important and this person's going to need to hear this. People forget to book all the time, or they don't pre-book. And it's we can try all day long to get people to pre-book, but guaranteed a percentage of those people are going to slip through the cracks. So what do you do? If they don't book an appointment after 48 hours, a message goes out to them and says, hey, thanks for coming in the other day. Lola would like to see you back in 4 to 6 weeks. And then maybe there's an extra the bit that you can add in there about if they got a color service, there's a little note from Lola about, what they can do to preserve the color in the meantime or whatever. Give a little bit of value and give them something that's going to remind them to come back or remind them to book again, right? So there's kind of sandwiching together these benefits. This is where you should start. And then learn from that, grow your list, become more specific over time and create those messages. But automation will save you so much time. Just being able to set these messages and not have to worry about sending them manually every single time saves you an incredible amount of time and an incredible amount of labor.
And for those of you who use the Mangamin platform, will be familiar with also the flows feature that exists inside a platform, which is very much at the core of this. And it's that heart and engine inside the software that allow you to tie into all these types of different triggers, but basically events that are happening in one way or another to trigger something to happen, and then following up with different actions that you want to take following that trigger, and to create these flows essentially of specific communication that you want to send out. It could be basic things okay, if it's a new client booking in for the first time, 1 hour before the appointment, send a text message with parking instructions. Simple things like that could be a flow. Or it could be more sophisticated things as well. If someone is coming in and they're buying a specific retail product and they're doing that multiple times, then upsell them on like a membership or like a subscription for that specific product. And you can kind of like, you can get really like granular inside of those flows to create very specific and very targeted automations that just like runs and just supports your business in the background. So in the description below, we're leaving our MangoMint link that takes you over to mangamint.com, and you get a 30-day extra free on us. Don't tell anyone. That's a Kale ripoff.
I love it.
Tip number 4 is to make sure that you allow people to reply to what you're sending to you. I just hate getting these like no reply emails. I got a text the other day from a business, and I was like, I think it was like changing tires on the car. And I just wanted to reply and say like, oh, actually, I can't make that time. Can we change it? And it's like, oh, you can't reply to this text message. It's like, okay, so what I need to do then? I need to go find a website and like submit a form somewhere to like.
Yeah. Why are you even texting me then if I can't tell you?
Yeah, it's just like bad service, and I just get like really frustrated from that. So you should really allow people to reply to what you're sending them, and you make sure that the software you're using for text marketing or text messages, email marketing, whatever you're using allows for that, so that you can actually like pick up on those conversations, not only because it's a nice thing to do, but this is like one of the best opportunities you have to upsell people on higher ticket services that you offer. Getting people into a conversation and like really understanding their needs and being able to go back and forth on like a personal level with them over text messages is so powerful, right? You're in their personal space, in their text messages where they're like, communicating with friends and family, and they should be communicating with their hairdresser there as well, right? Helping them understand, should I be booking in for this or should it be another one? And then you can kind of educate them and you can make sure that they're really booking in for the full package. So not only is it just like nice and a good service, but it is the best way to upsell on higher ticket services.
This is one of those things that we talk about that feels like a no-brainer, but I think that there's still a majority of like texting services that allow you to send marketing text messages that just don't allow for replies. It's so weird to me that that's still a thing. Because like if you're texting me something that's time sensitive or like has a time element to it, and you're like, yeah, actually, can we move it down 10 minutes? And then you get that message back that says like, this is a no reply number, please call the business, or whatever the case is. It's infuriating. It's so frustrating. And it just, why are there still so many services that don't offer the ability to respond? It blows my mind. It needs to be a two-way communication thing. Otherwise, you just risk pissing off your clients, because if they have to call you every single time they need to do something, they're just not going to do it, or they're just not going to want to deal with it. And that's just, it's a crappy client experience. If this is meant to be convenient, don't make it an inconvenience for them. And one-way text messaging is an inconvenience.
And I'm sure like people hearing this advice is like, yeah, that sounds good. Holy crap, like how should I deal with this, right? If people are starting texting me left and right, different styles, like all these conversations are like happening in different places, people are going to burn out and just like, be on their phones all the time. And that kind of leads me on to tip number 5. Make sure that you really have the right technology that can actually enable one-to-one conversation, so that you don't just take this advice blindly and now just like handing out the, each stylist's number on your website and just start texting, but that you actually have a platform that allows you to kind of have like one business number and that you can actually have on your website even, because you want to drive people into the text conversations. I think we touched on that earlier, like the value of being in that intimate space, which is your messages on your phone. It's a very personal space, right? Being in the conversation there is just the most powerful way of selling. So like driving people to send text to you and to be able to have that conversation over text is just crucial. So you need to have a platform that allows you to have like a phone number that everyone can kind of receive messages to, and that you have a platform that actually can help you manage those conversations. We've talked a lot about MangoMint in this session, but I just kind of need to bring it up again, because this is also like a core feature which is called two-way texting, available inside a MangoMint platform that does exactly this. And what I think is so cool about that is that it basically allows you, like, even on an appointment reminder, if that is being sent out saying that, okay, you have a booking coming up tomorrow, a client can actually reply directly to that message and say, oh, is that coming up tomorrow? Actually, could we change that? Or actually, I would like to extend it and add something else. And you can kind of like enter into that conversation directly off these appointment reminders and everything that is happening in your business. Whereas if you use an external tool, that is harder, right? Because that doesn't integrate with everything that's going on in your business like your Salon software would do. So that really allows for that two-way communication. But not only that, it also allows you to have one view on all the communication that you're having with your clients. You can actually go in on your client, you can see marketing messages that have been sent to them, newsletters you've sent out, one-to-one conversations that you've had with them, appointment reminders. You can actually get the full view of this is everything that is going out to this customer, so you can really have a view of what have they received, where are we on this, and you're able to track all of that in one way and just manage this in a way that it doesn't become overwhelming because you actually have a platform that takes care of all that for you.
This is one of those things that the first time I saw it, I was like, why isn't everybody doing this? Because it's called the client timeline, I think is what they call it, and it's got literally everything that client has ever, any interaction they've ever had with your business is laid out in a timeline. And then it's basically everything. So it's it'll show when an email was sent and what the messaging was, a description of it. It'll show every text message back and forth in little text bubbles and stuff like that. It'll show appointments and when they were checked out and when things were booked. It's literally every single interaction. And that is super helpful for being able to look back on, did we have this communication? Literally anything. You're armed with information, right? And those kinds of things are really important, not just for good client communication, but also I think one of the things that's come up for a lot of business owners I've talked to is chasing down when there's maybe a bad situation that happens with a client, or maybe there's a dispute on a specific thing, or they're like, oh, I didn't get this call or I didn't get this text message. Being able to actually have a record of those things is really important. Just like iMessage does, just having any AIM used to back in the day, for those of you that are old like me, those tools are really helpful to be able to ensure that the communication is quick, it's timely, and it feels natural in a place where someone is going to actually want to communicate with you, because they're not going to call you. Let's be real. They're not going to call you for every little thing. They shouldn't have to call you for every little thing. When a text would do, a text should do. It's the epitome of this could have been an email, right? Just let it be a simple communication and a back and forth, and it's done, instead of making it a complex endeavor where they have to call instead of text and do all this other shit. Just let it be simple. And I think that's the best thing about two-way texting. That's what sold me on MangoBent when we were looking at it. I want this. I want to be able to do this instead of having to use 5 different tools to do all these different things in my business. Just let me do one thing in one tool.
As we move into 2025, getting personal in your marketing and with your communication is more crucial than ever. And being equipped with the right strategies, the right tools to make that happen can really set your business apart from other businesses doing similar things as you in your local area. So some of the topics that we talked about are getting really clear on who it is that you're talking to. So you're talking to one person, you're not talking to a broad audience. Next one would be to make sure that you're actually targeting customers specifically based on the different ways that you're segmenting your customers, that your message really becomes relevant. Next part will be to use automation so that you can tie into different things that they are doing and interacting with in your business so that you reach them also at the right time with the right message. And finally, allow for these one-to-one direct interactions, which is such a good customer service experience and also allows you to really upsell clients on your higher ticket services.
All right, everybody, that's what we've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Marketing 100. Are you taking any of these tactics and actually implementing them right now? Are they working in your business? Do you like the idea of automating some of these tasks, or is that scary for you? Let us know in the comments. If you want more snackable, tactical marketing tips like these, make sure you get subscribed to the Salon Business. We'll have plenty more for you on this road to success. I'm Kale, your Salon and Spa business bestie, and we'll see you in the next episode.